Most people think royal life is all about waving from balconies and attending ceremonies, but one prince lived a lifestyle far more extravagant than most people ever realized. Private jets, elite billionaire connections, multi-million-dollar estates, and access to some of the most exclusive places on Earth. For decades, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, lived a life that blended royal privilege with incredible luxury. But how exactly did he live, and what made his lifestyle so extraordinary compared to other royals? The story begins inside the heart of the British monarchy itself. Prince Andrew was born in 1960 to Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, instantly placing him among the most privileged individuals on the planet. Growing up as the third child of the Queen meant Andrew's childhood unfolded inside some of the most famous royal residences in the world. His early life was spent between the legendary Buckingham Palace in London and the historic Windsor Castle, a fortress that has stood for nearly 1,000 years. These residences are not just homes, they are priceless symbols of royal power filled with historic treasures, priceless artwork, and rooms that have hosted kings, queens, and world leaders for centuries. From an early age, Andrew experienced a lifestyle that most people can only imagine. Royal chefs prepared meals, staff handled daily responsibilities, and the young prince traveled between grand estates that were larger than entire neighborhoods. Yet despite being surrounded by immense wealth and privilege, Andrew wanted to build his own reputation rather than simply remain known as the Queen's son. As he grew older, he chose a path that many royal family members follow: military service. Andrew joined the Royal Navy and trained as a helicopter pilot. His military career soon placed him in one of the most intense conflicts involving Britain in modern history. During the Falklands War in 1982, Andrew served aboard the aircraft carrier HMS Invincible. At the time, his role in the war dramatically increased his popularity across the United Kingdom. Newspapers praised him as a brave young royal willing to serve his country during a time of conflict. But even while serving in the military, Andrew's royal status meant he still lived a life surrounded by luxury. He had access to royal estates, elite social circles, and opportunities that few people in the military would ever experience. When his naval career eventually slowed down, his royal life became even more glamorous. In 1986, Prince Andrew married Sarah Ferguson, widely known as Fergie. Their wedding took place at the magnificent Westminster Abbey, one of the most historic churches in the world. Millions of people across the globe watched the ceremony, making it one of the most talked about royal weddings of the decade. The event was filled with royal carriages, elaborate traditions, and a level of luxury that only the British monarchy could deliver. After their wedding, Andrew and Sarah moved into the massive estate known as Sunninghill Park. The mansion was enormous, surrounded by acres of land and designed to accommodate a lifestyle filled with royal entertaining, formal events, and private family life. The property contained numerous bedrooms, expansive gardens, and enough space to host some of the most exclusive gatherings in British high society. During the late 1980s and 1990s, Andrew's life became a whirlwind of royal tours, glamorous events, and international travel. As a member of the royal family, he visited countries across Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and North America. Royal tours often included luxury accommodations, state banquets, and meetings with presidents, kings, and billionaires. Over time, Andrew developed a reputation as one of the most socially connected royals. Through his role as the United Kingdom's trade ambassador, he traveled around the world promoting British business interests. This position placed him in rooms with powerful investors, global business leaders, and ultra-wealthy individuals. These connections opened doors into some of the most elite circles on the planet. Andrew attended high-profile conferences, exclusive charity galas, and private gatherings where the world's wealthiest individuals often mingled. Billionaires, financiers, and powerful executives were all part of the networks he interacted with regularly. While most people associate royal life with palaces and ceremonies, Andrew's lifestyle also involved luxury travel and high society events. he was frequently seen at elite gatherings where private yachts, luxury resorts, and multi-million-dollar properties were part of the environment. His royal title gave him access to some of the most exclusive locations around the world. One of the most striking symbols of Andrew's luxurious life today is his residence at Royal Lodge. This historic mansion sits inside the massive grounds of Windsor Great Park, one of the most beautiful and prestigious areas connected to the British monarchy. Royal Lodge is far from a typical home. The property contains numerous rooms, vast gardens, and private areas surrounded by thousands of acres of countryside. It was once the residence of the Queen Mother and remains one of the most prestigious royal homes connected to Windsor. Living in Royal Lodge means being surrounded by royal history, privacy, and an environment designed for aristocratic life. But while Andrew's life appeared glamorous from the outside, it would eventually face serious challenges. Over the years, controversies surrounding some of his associations began attracting global media attention. One of the most widely discussed connections involved the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Their relationship became the subject of intense scrutiny, drawing worldwide headlines and criticism. The situation escalated when civil allegations involving Virginia Giuffre brought further attention to the issue. The controversy eventually led to Prince Andrew stepping away from official royal duties. In 2022, he reached a legal settlement in the civil case, bringing one chapter of the controversy to a close. Despite these challenges, Andrew's life continues to remain deeply tied to the world of royal privilege. Living in a historic estate like Royal Lodge means maintaining a property that requires significant upkeep. Estates connected to the monarchy often require teams of staff, security measures, and ongoing maintenance to preserve their historic architecture and vast grounds. Royal life also includes traditions, expectations, and a level of prestige that continues even after public roles change. For someone like Prince Andrew, being part of the royal family means remaining connected to one of the most famous institutions in the world. The British monarchy itself represents centuries of wealth, influence, and cultural history. Palaces, royal estates, and priceless artifacts all form part of a system that has evolved over hundreds of years. Members of the royal family often live inside properties that are considered national treasures rather than simply private homes. Prince Andrew's story reflects both the incredible privilege and the complex reality of modern royal life. From growing up inside palaces to serving in war, from hosting royal weddings to attending elite gatherings with billionaires, his life has been filled with experiences that most people could never imagine. Few individuals on Earth have lived with such access to power, luxury, and global influence. His journey through royal fame, international connections, and personal controversy has made him one of the most talked about figures connected to the British monarchy. And whether people view his story as fascinating, controversial, or both, one thing remains undeniable: the lifestyle surrounding Prince Andrew offers a rare look into a world that very few people ever get to see. A world where ancient castles are still homes, where royal titles open doors across the globe, and where luxury exists on a scale that most people will never experience. If you enjoy discovering the hidden lifestyles of royals, billionaires, and the world's most powerful families, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more stories revealing the extraordinary lives behind global wealth and influence.